So this is a big election that we're having right now for mayor of New York City. And this is going to be a mayor basically for the next 8 years. So I think what we really need to be is smart and educated about who you vote for. It's the first time we have ranked choice voting in New York City, which means you don't only select the candidate that you want, you select multiple candidates. So you need to know which candidate you want to be mayor, and almost more importantly, which candidate you really don't want to be mayor. Why do you need to vote? Voting for the mayor of New York is one of the most powerful mayors in any city in this country. They control the entire budget. They control everything from police, how the city's run, the schools, the parks, everything. So they are going to impact your business, how much you make, the schools that your children go to, the parks that you attend, how the subways run, basically everything in your day-to-day life. And again, it's basically going to be an 8-year term. So you are selecting the mayor for the next 8 years. After 9/11, we had Mayor Bloomberg that dealt with both 9/11 and coming out of the financial crisis. We're coming out of this, hopefully coming out of this COVID pandemic. The next mayor of New York is going to be one of the most important decisions and elected officials in the country that we've dealt with in generations. So I encourage everybody to get out there and vote, be informed, be smart, and know that you're picking the right choice and know who the wrong choice is. Running New York City is like running a $100 billion a year business. I mean, this is a major, major corporation with tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of employees. Who do you think is the best candidate to be the CEO of New York City? Who is going to do the best job at running New York City and running it efficiently and effectively? Because that's the person that you should vote for the next mayor of New York. So what kinds of policies should you care about if you're in the real estate industry? I mean, obviously rent regulation is a big one. So the city really controls what the rent hikes will be. They appoint the Rent Guidelines Board. So if you have a lot of increases in operating costs and you want to have increases in rent, you want to know that there's a candidate that's going to be sympathetic to that. Obviously, there are many candidates out there that no matter what the operating cost increases for landlords, they don't want to increase the rents at all for the tenants. So I think it's important to see who those candidates are standing with, who their main supporters are, so that you can be really well informed if that's going to be a candidate that's going to be sympathetic to your needs or not. Who would be your ideal candidate if you're in the real estate business? I think you really want to look at somebody that cares about small business, that's pro-development, that's pro-business. Where did candidates stand on the Amazon issue? Where did they stand on Industry City? What have they talked about rezonings? What do they talk about in the Soho rezoning? Who are the people that stand with them? Are their main supporters people that were against Amazon? Or are they people that were for Amazon? Have they really demonstrated an interest in building up the business economy of New York? We're coming out of a pandemic. Have they demonstrated that they want to increase jobs and opportunities for people? Or are they people that are saying, look, we just want to go after real estate and attack them? Another big thing is there are many candidates that refuse real estate donations. Why real estate? Which industries within real estate? Some of them don't take from developers, they take from brokers. They take from residential brokers. They don't take from commercial brokers. Why is that the stance? And have they taken from real estate people in the past? Now they don't. I think it's a really interesting thing and something that real estate people should look at, because why is real estate villainized for the bad actors, but other industries are not? One of the most interesting things about New York City is we're a closed primary state. So if you're Democrat, you vote in the Democratic primary. If you're Republican in the Republican, you can't cross over. I think we're only one of 7 or 8 states that operates like that. So the mayoral election will be determined by the Democratic primary in June. The numbers are so low. We're a city of 8.5 million people. I think something like 10% of those people vote in this primary. And whoever is selected as the Democratic primary is almost a sure win for the mayor of New York, and it's almost certainly an 8-year job, because it's even under de Blasio, nobody primaried him. So I think it's unlikely that the Democrat that wins for mayor will be primaried. So you're going to have a mayor for 8 years. That'll be determined by 10% of the voting population in New York City. So it's really low. I encourage everybody to get involved and go out there and vote, because this is so important. This is the future of our city.